Hi, this is Archana. I have close to 14 years of IT experience and currently I'm working as a senior data scientist at Oracle India. So my current role is a data scientist at Oracle. I worked on different um, planning systems which will forecast the planning for the customer. That's a generic system which I'm working on in Oracle. Um, About my background, I started my career in 2003 when I was a postgraduate MCA pass out and I started my journey with IBM Global Services. Therein, I was working initially as a QA, then as a developer, mostly on the Java side. And then I worked for 5 years and took a break of 4 years when my daughter was born. And then I restarted my journey in 2012. That was with Infosys. And for Cisco client, I was working. Until then, I was a developer. Then a couple of years in UK, I worked with some product companies over there. Actually, one product company over there who used to work in sports betting domain. They had their own product, so that was altogether a different era. And that was the first step towards data science, wherein I came to know that how data science is used to actually reduce or raise the price of a bet. Okay, sports betting is legal in UK, and that's when they use these data science things to, some player is winning, so people tend to bet a little higher on that, right? So how do you control that prices? What is the market trend, and how do you actually evaluate the previous statistics to figure out whether is it really good to bet on that, and how your system smartly handles those facts. That was my first step towards data science. Then I started working with a startup in India. They used to work on building the data pipelines, and I used to build those data pipelines. And when I used to build those data pipelines, I used to work with a couple of data scientists, and the way they used to look at the data was very different from me as a developer looking at the data. So that's the second step, which made me curious, the things which they are observing. When they tell me, I can understand. But as a developer, my focus is something else. Okay, but ultimately we are playing with the data. So that was the second step. And third step was in late 2019, I started looking for different courses and all. So my third step was Insaid. When I joined them and I started learning with them. And my fifth step was landing into the data science job. So till 2018, I was purely a Java developer. 2018, when I started exploring things in data science. And 2022 November was the one when I finally officially landed into that role. Everybody wants to be a data scientist. It's a highly paying job. It's a repeated job. The world is talking about ML. We have ChatGPT, whatnot. Okay, everything is there. The only thing which is missing is focus. Okay, everybody wants to become a data scientist. They enroll for the courses as well, but the only thing which they don't focus on is the focus. Their focus. If you want to become a data scientist, you have to be very, very focused. Okay. You have your daily routine work, you have your job if you are on job. Now you have your weekend classes. They teach you a lot in depth in over the weekend. Now you have other 5 days which are your weekdays, wherein you have to revise the things. You have to see, you have to go through various articles, what your teacher has taught. You have to match it with the different stats, different data sets. So that is first thing, and I think I lagged in that initially. Initially, for initial couple of months, I was lagging in that, and that's when I realized, no, if I really want to land at that role, the focus is much needed. Plus, pay attention to different terminology of data science. Okay, so when you are learning a course, don't read it as a syllabus. If it's your passion, go for it. Don't go it for the money thing. That will not work for you. That will make you fail. So if you really like, then brush up your stats skills, pay attention, be very focused on your studies, be very focused on the different data sets and different algorithms as well. because that will make your base. If you lag in any of these, you'll not land into the right opportunity. That's how, I have observed. This was one of the challenge. Be very focused, be consistent. Do remind yourself that you have a goal in your mind and set a timeline. It's not like you enroll for a course and after 9 months you will become a data scientist. No, it will not happen. If you're really super very smart, maybe it will happen, but mostly it will not happen. It requires a lot of preparation, because when a class is done, there are a lot of things which you have to understand. So do your groundwork, do your basic thing, be consistent about it, play with the data on your own. And after that, once you're ready to clear the exam, even that preparation will take you a couple of months. So be ready for the exam. Give yourself time, a consistent effort, be very focused, and then go for the exam. And once you clear the exam, then you look at the different things, what sort of work is happening in the market, what sort of interviews are going on. When you look at any of the data science opening, you look for the profile and see what skills they are looking for. They may not be looking for anybody who's good at every algorithm, and you will not be good at every algorithm. Trust me, you will not be. You can be, but you will not be. Reason being, you work on certain set of things. A company work on certain set of things. For example, for a credit card, you will actually mostly be interested in few algorithms, whether to detect whether customer will fraud or not, whether to detect to predict the cash inflow, or to predict how much a customer will spend. So these are certain set of things which you will do. You will be knowing the algorithms, but your expertise will be in one area. So when you look at any opening, you look at what expertise they are looking for, and then you prepare accordingly. That's what I think we should do, and I did. Actually, the field of data science and acquiring my new role has helped me because it made me ready for the new market. It made me ready for the upcoming things. The world is moving towards ML, and it has moved towards ML. As of now, we have companies on our fingertips, but I think down the line, maybe within 5 to 10 years, each and every IT company, or not even IT company, each and every organization will be talking in terms of auto ML, ML and data science. So me being part of that curriculum, because I learned that I'm actually ready for the market, which is yet to come, or which is slowly coming in. So I belong to those category of candidates which are a little advanced, not much, but little advanced in the market. Okay, so my interview experience was a little tough. I had close to 7 rounds, and it all started with the beginning. First, they scrutinized whether I really understand data science or not. They asked about many things, what kind of data sets I have looked at. Before landing into my current role, my old organization also gave me some opportunity to be hands-on and work on the projects. So I extensively worked on those, and I mentioned about those projects in the first scrutiny itself. That's when then they come to the different algorithms, and then they talk about what algorithms do they use, as they mostly mention in the job description itself. So brush up on those, and it was a little challenging because they gave me scenarios to work on. They gave me scenarios, including the natural language processing as well. They gave me different scenarios, and they asked me, how will you do the EDA? Which algorithm will you apply? Then they asked me, okay, fine, you told me this algorithm. What if you would have applied the other algorithm? Right? They asked so many questions about correlation. When do you say the data is correlated? They spoke about encoding. These were the technical details they asked me. Then the next round was on the hands-on. They gave me a data set, and they asked me, okay, fine, pick up any algorithm of your choice and do the EDA in front of us using Python, and do the apply the algorithm and show me the predictions, and show me how do you calculate RMSE, how do you do the accuracy measures, those kind of things. The fifth round was on, if you are a hands-on, this was very specific to this role, do you know any other programming language? So I knew Java. So they did some basic scrutiny in Java. And after that, the final round, wherein they asked me a lot of things about what kind of role I'm looking for, and they share the details of the current role. Then they say, how can you convince us that you match this position? So this was my last round, and after that the normal HR round. So it was difficult, yeah, but whoever is going for any of the opening, please go through the job description first and prepare yourself accordingly. Why Insaid? I definitely don't know why Insaid. You know why? One thing which comes to my mind at that point in time, when I was looking for different courses and all, okay, for the data science, you are starting a new journey. So you evaluate everything. When I say evaluate, you evaluate everything in terms of money, in terms of tenure, okay? Because you are trying to making a switch in your career where you are already established. Then if you try to make a move, you have to evaluate. Plus, I have a family, I have a kid to look at. So I need to balance. I wanted something wherein I can balance in all the manners. So Insaid was one of the things wherein I think attended the very introductory call, and if I remember correctly, Suchit was there, Suchit Mazumdar. He was there, and he was mentioning about different things on data science, and that convinced me. Okay, and then I looked at the financial part of it, I looked at the tenure part of it, and I think it was a little bit convincing for me. Okay, fine, I can go ahead for my 9 months course. Let's say it's not that long of a duration, wherein when I was looking at other institute, there were 18 months courses wherein even I wasn't ready to go for it, because I don't know how the situation after 18 months. I don't know. This is a very long commitment. So I got a very optimal tenure, very optimal fee, and definitely the teacher Suchit was very good in the introductory session itself, and that's when I moved ahead with Insaid. And how Insaid has helped me, it has been amazing journey with Insaid. And there are so many friends of mine, so many knowns of mine, wherein I have said, okay, go ahead and talk to Insaid. They have a very good course, because I had been through it. Suchit sir and Dipesh sir, everybody was so good. There are teachers whom I can connect directly, so that gives us a very wide platform to understand the concepts, and I think that's why Insaid has been so good to me. First point, go for it if it's your passion. Don't go for it if you think that is the hottest selling job in the market. No, things will not work for you. It may turn around. Second thing, if you have opted for it, if you have decided, be focused, be very focused. Third thing, do understand this is not easy. It's a long journey, and it needs a constant effort from your end. Fourth thing, if you agree to all these 3 points, then fourth thing is, it is very interesting. It is very interesting, and don't feel low of yourself if in case you feel like, things are way too high, way too beyond, I'm not able to cope up with it. Then that's okay. Everybody feels it. Even a board examination student will feel it. But that's okay. Give yourself a break and go ahead with it. And don't try to understand everything at one shot. Apart from Insaid documents and the curriculum, go over the different articles. There are so many articles available. People have shared their interview experiences. People have shared their data analysis over Kaggle. And Kaggle is just one. There are so many platforms. Go over it. And fifth thing, you set a timeline for yourself. Do set a timeline for yourself and be very focused and stick to it. And once you do all these 5 things now, you will definitely crack it. Definitely crack it.